Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this video lecture of Control System Engineering, module number 3. Again, today we will go with introduction to PID controller, part 3. Okay, so in the previous video lecture, we have seen something called related to that is PID. What is PID? Okay, then what is this block diagram is all about, okay, and how we design the PID control, okay, by making the combination of both PI, that is integral plus differential, okay, both together we construct the PID controller, okay. And why to make use of both P and I, I and D is because just to improve the transient as well as the steady state response of the control system, okay. So in the previous video lecture we have seen this. Then apart from that, from the block diagram, we have derived the equation for the output of the controller given by k into et minus kt d by dt of c of t. Then we applied the Laplace transform to obtain in the given equation in the Laplace domain, okay. Then after getting the Laplace for this particular equation, okay, then we have redrawn the given block diagram of 7.20.4 to this 7.20.5, okay, and representing this complete block of omega n square as g of s. Then after the block diagram, we have derived or we have simplified the given block diagram to obtain the overall control transfer function for the given system. Then we have obtained the new damping factor ratio or the damping factor value by replacing the older damping value, okay, by neta from to neta dash. Then the by changing the values of the damping ratio or the new damping factor, okay, we have concluded the value of kp is equal to infinity and the value of kv is equal to omega n divided by 2 neta plus kt into omega n, okay. So this was all about the PID controller output, how we have derived, okay. Based on that particular this equation, okay, whatever here we got, let us see one small example here where the given problem, okay, problem here mentioned is example 2.7 to 7.20.1, okay. One PD controller will be given, okay. They have not mentioned the PID controller, they have mentioned only about the PD controller, okay. That is nothing but the proportional derivative controller for the given system, okay. We need to determine the value of TD so that the system will critically damped, okay, damping ratio, or you can call it as damping time, okay, and calculate the settling time, okay. So two things you need to calculate here. One is the TD and the another is nothing but the settling time, okay. For the PD controller, they have not mentioned the PID controller, okay. So here is the given figure, okay. The figure is already given in the given problem. So in the figure, the input is R of s, output is C of s, okay. This particular block which you see, that is 4 divided by s multiplied by s plus 1.6, okay. This figure, it will indicate the value of g of s, okay, because this is one complete, you can represent it by g of s. This is just giving some notations, okay. And what is a C of s? C of s is nothing but your output, and R of s is your input side, okay. You need to just label them just to make the problem more simple. You can label, okay. Then here is one more a small two blocks constructed by two blocks, but these two blocks they are in parallel, okay. Do not consider this block as a feedback, because if you look at this arrow mark, the one is going to this summing block and this SD is also going to the summing block, okay. In the sense, these two blocks are in series, okay. There is a condition that if the two blocks are in series, we need to add, right? We need to add both the values, okay. If the blocks are in parallel, we need to just add. So that is the reason you can see that is 1 plus SD. After adding these two blocks, we get this 1 plus SD, okay. So this 1 plus SD here you can see, okay. So once you add these two blocks, okay, then the whole block will be 1 plus SD. This summation will go off. Okay, now this 1 plus SD will be in series with 4 plus 4 divided by S multiplied by S plus 1.6. Okay, then this 1 plus SD multiplied by this block will be in series. Then if the blocks are in series, then we multiply. Okay, we multiply. Okay, so therefore if the two blocks are in series, if we multiply the whole, the g of s or your new g of s value will be 4 into 1 plus sd divided by s multiplied by 1 plus 6. Okay, this is the new value for g of s. And what is h of s? H of s is equal to 1. Why h of s is equal to 1? Because if you look at this particular this value, okay, just this tick mark, okay, where there is a feedback from c of s to this summing point, but we don't have any block, so therefore it is equal to 1. So this block is represented by simply h of s, which is equal to 1. We take it as 1. Okay, this is how we take the values and we try to represent their numbers, or we represent their particular value. Then now what happens here is your new block will be something like this. Okay, this is input block. Okay, you will be having one block like this. Okay, then one summing point, let us say like this. Okay, so here, and this is one c of s, and this is your feedback from output to input. Okay, from output to input. Okay, now this is your r of s. Okay, this is your c of s, this is your h block. Okay, and this is your g block. This is your summing block. This is summing block. Okay, so input is r of s, same as it is, output is as it is, h of s. Now this block, the whole block g is equal to this particular value, that is 1 plus sd into 4 divided by s multiplied by s plus 1.6 will be here. Okay, so once you write the value, okay, or once you identify the values, or just by simply taking the takeoff points or the summing points, okay, so those particular values will be entered at this particular level. Okay, here it is not possible, fine. Okay, now what we will do next is simply take the transfer function for this particular block diagram. Okay, because this block diagram has one is g of s, this is h of s, one summing point, and this is my takeoff point. So apply the formula for the transfer function. Okay, so what is the formula for the transfer function? Is equal to, okay, transfer function is equal to g block, okay, divided by 1 plus g block into h block. Okay, g block into h block, like this. This is the formula for the transfer function. Okay, because this is the simplified diagram for this particular figure. Okay, how it is, what we have done here, very simple terminologies we have considered. Okay, so based on this terminology, or based on this particular formula, just substitute this whole g of s in this block diagram and then apply the transfer function formula. So once you apply the transfer function formula, okay, so you can see g of g block. What is the g block? This is 1 plus s into td multiplied by 4 divided by s multiplied by s plus 1.6 divided by 1 is as it is. Again the whole g block, substitute this g of s here in the new denominator into h of s. What is h of s? H of s is equal to 1. Okay, now this is my new transfer function, that is c of s divided by r of s. Try to simplify this particular block. Okay, this solve the c of s divided by r of s. Okay, so once you solve the c of s, this denominator and this denominator will get cancels, but before getting the cancellation, it will be multiplied with this 1. This denominator will be multiplied with this 1, so it becomes s square plus 1.6 s. You can see here. Okay, here the S value is missing. Okay, so S square plus 1.6 S, okay, plus this is 4 as it is, right? You can multiply these values also. 4 plus 4 into S into TD. Okay, this you can see here. You can see here. Okay, so what is the answer now? That is 1 plus S into TD multiplied by 4 whole divided by S square plus 1.6 S multiplied by 4 plus 4 into S into TD. So we get this answer. Okay, we get this particular answer. There is a small mistake here that they have not written S here. So you should enter the value of S also. Okay, but instead of S, they have written something called as a 5. It is not 5, it is S. Okay, it is S. So make a small correction. You can just put a correction here. Here it is 1.6 S. Okay, so now this is my C of S divided by R of S. C of S divided by R of S. So once if I do this, so what we will do is we will just compare the denominator with the standard value. Okay, comparing the denominator with the standard form. Okay, so once you compare the denominator with the standard form, okay, then you will be getting the new values, or you will be getting the standard values. Okay, you can see, simply see omega when n square is equal to 4. Okay, omega n square is equal to 4 from where it is here. Omega n square is equal to 4 from here. Omega n is equal to 2, and 2 neta into omega n is equal to 1.6 multiplied by 4d. They have taken this. Okay, where it is compared here. Here they have compared the values, or simply we have one more formula, denominator. This formula, just try to look at this particular formula. Okay, just clear this formula here. You can see this based on the derivation of your rate feedback controller or output derivative controller. Okay, so yesterday's video lecture we have derived the denominator value. What is the denominator value? Here I will just write on the left side here. Okay, the denominator value is equal to, I will write like this. Okay, S square plus, okay, S square plus S multiplied by, okay, 2. Okay, I will use something, this symbol, dollar symbol, into omega n, right, plus this is kt. Okay, this is omega n square, bracket complete, plus omega n square, omega n square. This is the standard formula. Now this standard formula will be compared with this answer, the answer what we got after deriving the block diagram. Now you can simply compare the values. Okay, just compare this answer, this equation, with the denominator equation. Okay, here is the omega n square, right? I will just you can just see this. This is omega n square. So omega n square is equal to, compare with this, is 4, right? So that is the reason they have mentioned as omega n square is equal to 4. Now what is the value of omega n? Where is the omega n? Here. Okay, the omega n is equal to 2. Why it is equal to 2? Because the value here it is 4 TD. Okay, so even you can just cross verify also. Okay, now other things, here it is 2 omega or 2 neta into omega n. Where it is 2 neta into omega n? Here. So 2 neta into omega n is compared with this value, that is 1.6 into TD. So that is the reason they have mentioned here this answer. Okay, this S square is as it is, but what about this kt into omega n square? Kt multiplied by omega n square. Okay, so here in this particular formula we don't have the value of for kt into omega n square, right? Because 1.6s plus 4 into td is equal to this particular value they have taken. Okay, but what about the omega n? Omega n is equal to 2, because 2 square is how much? It is 4. So in that case, in that formula also, you can just take in that format also. Okay, no issues. Or simply you can find the value of omega n from this also. What is omega n square? Omega n square is equal to 4. What is the value of omega n? Omega n is equal to root of 4. Root of 4 is equal to how much? It is equal to 2. Okay, so therefore we calculate, or we just compare all the values and we obtain this particular solution. Okay, so once you obtain this solution, find the value of neta. So because neta is equal to the damping factor or the damping value. Okay, so how to obtain that particular damping value? Okay, so neta, use this formula. Okay, to neta is equal to 1.6 plus 4 TD divided by 4. How it is divided by 4? Because here it is 2. What is the value of omega n? Omega n is equal to 2, right? So 2 into 2 is equal to 4. So therefore I will substitute this 4, or I will substitute this value of omega n, which is equal to 2, in this formula. Okay, so in this formula, so if you substitute this 2 in this formula, it becomes 4 neta. So therefore therefore neta is equal to 1.6 plus 4 TD divided by 4. So we get this answer. So what is this answer? Therefore the value of neta is equal to 1.6 into 4 TD divided by 4. So this is how we derive the value for neta. Okay, now once you get this, okay, now read the question again, read the question carefully here. Okay, that in the question they have mentioned that the damping value, or determine the value of TD so that the system will be critically damped. Okay, here they have mentioned that you need to determine the value of TD so that the system will be damped, and calculate the settling time. Once you get the value of this damping value, now the system required is critically damped. Whenever the question is asked that the system is critically damped, take the value of neta is equal to 1. Okay, so now substitute the value of 1 in this formula. So what you will get? 1 is equal to 1.6 plus 4d divided by 4. So this 4 will be multiplied here. So 4 into 1 is again 4. So 4 is equal to, you can see here, 4 is equal to 1.6 plus 4d. Okay, now how to calculate the value of TD? Okay, it is very simple to calculate the value of TD here. Okay, just by cross multiplying also you can write. Okay, 4 is equal to, I'll just write the equation, that is 4 is equal to 1.6 plus 4 into TD. Okay, so this can be written as 4 minus 1.6 is equal to 4 TD. So 4 minus 1.6 is how much? It is 2.4, right? So 2.4 is equal to 4 into TD. So what is TD now? TD is equal to 2.4 divided by 4. So therefore, so TD is equal to 0.6. TD is equal to how much? 0.6. So here you can see. So TD is equal to, because the question is asked, determine the value of TD. So therefore the TD is equal to 0.6. And also they have asked what is the settling time. How to calculate the settling time? The settling time is obtained by 4 divided by neta into omega n. Okay, 4 into neta n is equal to omega n. You can calculate the TD. So 4 divided by neta is how much? 1, because this is, here they have mentioned neta is equal to 1, divided by omega n, or the value of omega n is 2. So okay, so therefore 2. So 4 divided by 2, that is nothing but 2 1s are 2 2s are. So it is equal to, settling time is equal to 2 seconds. Okay, so in this way, we, whenever the problem is asked with respect to the PID controller, you try to solve this problem. Okay, very simple problem. You can solve any of the problems. Once you know the standard formula, you need to bring the given block diagram to this C of S divided by R of S, and then compare the denominator value. Whatever the value you get in the denominator, you should compare the denominator value with the standard value, and then try to find the value of damping factor. And if the question is said that if it is critically damped, then the neta value should be always taken as 1. Okay, so once you obtain the neta value, just substitute the values, you will find the value of TD as well as the settling time. Okay, so this is how we go for finding the solutions for the given problem. Okay, thank you.